Breaking. All three of INEC witnesses refused to show up at the 2023 Presidential Election Petition Tribunal hearing today to help INEC defend the declaration of APC's Bola Tinubu as the authentic winner of the February 25th, 2023 presidential election and not LP's Peter Obi. Emerging reports reaching Newsparrow on Monday morning indicate that all of the three witnesses of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, slated to appear and testify before the 2023 Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in favor of the declaration of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, as the authentic winner of the presidential election, failed to appear. Recall that INEC was supposed to begin its defense today by presenting its witnesses, but came to the court without any witness. Shockingly, its lead counsel and former president of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), Abubakar Balarabe Mahmood San, informed the court of his plan to call three witnesses to counter the allegations of the Labour Party (LP) and its presidential candidate Peter Obi that they won the election and not APC's Tinubu. He, however, lamented that none of the witnesses was present in court due to domestic reasons for him to open the defense. The INEC counsel pleaded with the court to bear with him and applied for adjournment of his defense. However, lead counsel to Obi, Dr. Levi Uzoku San, expressed shock and surprise with the conduct of the electoral body. He told the court that the INEC lawyer ought to have taken him into confidence before the commencement of the proceedings. Nonetheless, Wole Olanipekum San, who stood for President Tinubu, and Prince Lateef Olasukami Fagbemi San, who represented the All Progressive Congress, did not object to the request for adjournment of INEC's plea for the case to be shifted. The presiding justice of the court, Haruna Simon Tsunami, subsequently fixed a new date for July 4th for the electoral body to present its witnesses. The Labour Party LP has described the report of the European Union Election Observation Mission (EU-EOM) on the 2023 general election in Nigeria as confirmation of connivance between the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and the All Progressives Congress-led government. The party disclosed this in a press statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Obiora Ifo, on Sunday night in reaction to the federal government's dismissal of the EU mission report. The statement said, "The leadership of the Labour Party has noted with dismay the statement by the federal government discrediting the European Union's conclusion on the 2023 general election, wherein it faulted the modalities by which the conclusion was reached."
Humor. Pure humor. You rebuff a report, but you don't have empirical analysis to point out the holes in the report. And you didn't rebuff it. You said it was a badly done job. No, the EU report was a well-done job. Kudos to the EU for empirically analyzing what happened in the elections and putting the report out there. A lot of Nigerians want to forget the trauma of the last elections. An election that promised so much but delivered so little. Is it the same elections that people were divided in Lagos? That town criers were coming out to tell people not to come vote? Is that same elections where people were beaten, blue-black, were hurt, and there was rancor everywhere? That our journalist, Okpe, where are you? Okpe was beaten and punched in the face for going to cover an election? Is this same election that somebody is trying to defend? This same election that we saw what happened in Obiakpo, We became a butt of jokes by the international community. This same election that on the 1st of March, Financial Times wrote Nigeria's flawed elections. Same elections that people didn't want to come. And these same elections that INEC has not been able to tell us what kind of technical glitch happened. If a glitch happens, there's going to be a technical analysis report of the nature of glitch. The first thing INEC should have done is to bring out that report. But till today, I have not seen anything of such. These same elections were hurts, beatings. This same election that was that lady's only offense that was gouged in the eyes. Jennifer, if my memory serves me right. Because she went out to vote, but she said nothing was going to stop me, I was going to vote. These same elections where INEC reneged on its promises. And the defense now is that, they didn't say we're going to... Did you see Mr. Festus Okoye? When our colleague asked him, what kind of technical glitch, he couldn't answer. I said the case is in court. We'll see when the defense opens.
We see this face-saving measure by the federal government, which is coming days after the submission of the report, as feeble and medicine after death. It will interest the government to note that the European Union's report is only one out of numerous submissions by the international observers who have described the outcome of the election as a sham and an exercise that did not reflect the will of the majority of Nigerians. Labour Party stands by the position of the EU observation mission. We have always said that this election was massively rigged in favor of the APC and their candidate. What the federal government is saying is just an afterthought and a shameless effort to mask the obvious. Even the blind can see, the deaf can hear, and know this election was manipulated. Huge pieces of evidence abound for even the deaf and the blind to hear and to feel. We are only hoping that the judiciary will dispense justice without fear or favor in the interest of the nation and posterity. Nigerians already know the true winner of the 2023 presidential election, and no amount of slandering, denial, or rebuttal can change the fact that the party in power has no mandate of the electorate. We must also note that whatever position the INEC has taken is with active connivance with the federal government to deny the electorate, and it clearly shows that INEC is not in any way independent. But the Commission's action is at the whims and caprices of the government, and we know it. But Nigerians looking to the judiciary for justice, that's where we stand.
In the lead up to the 2023 general elections, Nigerian citizens demonstrated a clear commitment to the democratic process. That said, the election exposed enduring systemic weaknesses and therefore signal a need for further legal and operational reforms to enhance transparency, inclusiveness, and accountability. While we consider the electoral legal framework provides an adequate foundation for the conduct of democratic elections, there are ambiguities in the law. For example, the Electoral Act 2022, which had its first test in a general election in 2023, and other legal instruments evidenced gaps in terms of transparency, accountability, and inclusivity, and left room for uncertain implementation. For that reason, we recommend, and this is our first priority recommendation, to protect the interests of voters through certainty of law for all stages and aspects of electoral processes by eliminating from electoral law and regulations.
More news later.